Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Brianna and today we are going to be doing bookish things together. So this is going to be like a little bookish vlog, like a few bookish days in my life probably. I don't know, I have a few other videos like this on my channel and you should definitely go check those out if you haven't seen them. But if you have seen them, you kind of know what we're getting into. And I mentioned in my other doing book things video that I think I'm going to update my reading journal with you once a month. I've been trying to stay on top of it, but it's been quite a few days now since I last filled it out, and also I have not done any of the printouts yet, so I want to tackle that today. I also think I'm going to do a huge book unhaul. I just have so many books on my physical TBR, and I keep on telling myself like, oh, I'll get to them eventually. Like, girl, me. If you don't want to read them, just get rid of them. Like, that's fine. Like, I'd rather have that. I'd rather like declutter. My goal would be to have 100 books or less on my physical TBR. I think I'm at like 130 to 140 right now. So I'm just going to go through my entire physical TBR. And if I'm like, I'm not feeling this, I'm going to get rid of it. Because why should I like hoard the books when there could be a loving home for them elsewhere? So then what I'm going to do with my books that I'm unhauling is I'm going to bring them to my local indie bookstore because they let you bring in used books and then give you store credit for the used books. So I want to turn in a bunch of books to them, and then I'll maybe get like a few books that I actually want to read soon, like that are on my radar coming up. So that's the plan. Unhaul, book shopping, and reading journal update, and we'll see what else arises in this doing book things vlog. Bookish, what am I calling this? Doing book things? I don't know. I'm literally just sitting on the floor right now. And then we're gonna move to the floor of my bedroom first because I have a huge stack. I have like 3 huge stacks of my TBR in there. And then I also have some TBR out here. I probably won't really get rid of anything. Well, I might get rid of a few out here, but most of the books that I'm going to get rid of are in the stacks in my bedroom. So I guess let's just jump right into this video. I have a few hours. I have a birthday party tonight, so I would like to unhaul, well, get the books ready to unhaul, and then do book journal tonight. And then tomorrow I'm going to be going to that bookstore because I'm already going to be in the town that the bookstore is in because I have an appointment tomorrow. So we're gonna, what's it called? Kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. But I am kind of on theme. I have a Happy Place shirt on. I read Happy Place last week, if you guys didn't see that reading vlog. I love Happy Place. It is my favorite Emily Henry book. So we got a bookish shirt on. We're gonna go do bookish stuff. And yeah, I don't really know if anything else bookish will come up, but if it does, I will film it. Let's get to unhauling. Okay, so I think this was also in my last doing book things vlog because I basically redid my entire bookshelves out there. So I had to put my TBR in here, and this is what we're dealing with. 3 pretty good sized stack. They literally come up to my hips, and for being a short girl, my legs are extremely long for some reason. Like, I have no torso, I'm all legs. So this is 3 tall stacks. So I guess what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna go stack by stack, and if I get rid of books, I'm just gonna like start a pile of the books I'm unhauling, and then we may have to like rearrange these stacks after I do that because I'm hoping to get rid of quite a few books. Let's see, my goal is at least 20. I would like to shoot for the 30 to 40 range, but again, we'll see. Okay, I'm done going through like all of my books. I went through both of my TBR piles, like the one out here and then the one in my bedroom, and then I also just went through all of my bookshelves real quick. I'm getting rid of majority TBR books, but I do have a handful of books that I've read already that I'm also going to be getting rid of. And I think I have 35 books total, so I'm definitely hitting my goal. I will say some of them are like advanced readers copies, so I can't like give those to the indie bookstore. So I'll either do giveaways of those or I'll put them in the free little libraries near me. So that'll be fun too, to like make someone's day that way. I guess I'll just try to like rapid fire show you all the books I'm getting rid of. Axe and Grind. I recently read Strike and Burn by the same author. Did not like it whatsoever, so I'm not gonna read this one. Also, I will say like majority of these as well, I do think they sound like interesting, but I would much rather read a different book before I read these books. So not that they really sound bad or anything, but I just know I want to get to other books first. Lore of the Wilds. This does sound like a really, really interesting fantasy, but I have so many other fantasies on my physical TBR and honestly like my Kindle TBR that I would much rather read. I have The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love and what is this one called? The Geographer's Map to Romance. These are kind of like magical realism or fantasies with romance in them. I just, again, want to read other things first. Dance of Thieves. I read a book by this author earlier this year, or maybe it was last year. It was not earlier this year, it was last year. And I just did not enjoy the writing style, so I don't think Mary E. Pearson is going to be for me. Here are like arcs that I'm getting rid of. So I have Colin Gets Promoted and Dooms the World. Blind Date with the Werewolf. Guys, I just don't think werewolf fantasy romances are my jam, okay? Every time I read one, I'm like, no. And then He Falls First. This is, I don't know, just a romance. Those are arcs, so I won't be trading those in. The Good Girl Effect. This just looks like a really, really smutty romance, and that's just not my reading taste. The Long Game by Elena Armas. This has been on my TBR for like 3 years. Like, girl, just get rid of it at this point, okay? Will They or Won't They? Another romance that has been on my TBR for ages. Almost One Night Stand. This sounds like a super cute forced proximity romance, but again, there's just so many other romances I want to read before this. And this is an arc, so we'll be giving that away. The Night Ends with Fire. I think this has been on my TBR for at least 2 years. Yeah, get rid of it. And House of Blight. This one's only been on my TBR for like a year or year and a half, but I don't know, you guys. It's not speaking to me. I'm gonna get rid of a few Lana Ferguson books. This one is The Fake Mate. Again, Something with Me and werewolf romances. And then this one's Overruled. I have read one other Lana Ferguson book, which is The Game Changer. Hello, Christopher.
Hello.
And like, it was fine, but it's like a 3-star. I just don't know if Lana Ferguson is an author for me. Ghost Business. I read a romance by this author last year and just did not really like it, so... Or not last year, 2024. My brain like still doesn't know that it's 2026 yet. Secret Nights and Northern Lights. This one is beautiful. It looks really, really cute, but again, there's other romances I want to read more. How to Sell a Romance. Same explanation. And this one's kind of funny. I have the whole like Wrong Bride series right here. One of my friends was giving a review on this book a few weeks ago, and she says it's basically just like no plot, all spice, and I don't enjoy that in my reading anymore, so I'm getting rid of all of these. And then The Girl in the Love Song. This is a YA romance, and it does just seem like a little bit juvenile for me. I mean, I'm 23 now. Like, I don't know if I should be reading about high schoolers. And now for the books that I read that I'm getting rid of. Love in Plain Sight. No, don't even get me started on this book. Romantic comedy, also don't get me started on this book. Strike and Burn. This was the one by the same author of Axe and Grind, and I can't do another book by this author, I'm sorry. The American Roommate Experiment. I read this probably like 3 or 4 years ago because I really, really enjoyed The Spanish Love Deception, but this one was just kind of meh to me. The Kiss Quotient. This one was cute. I think I gave it like 3 or 3.5 stars, but definitely not like super memorable. Also read this like 2 or 3 years ago. What Happens in Amsterdam. I read this one last spring and it's cute, but again, like a 3.5. I don't need this on my shelf. Crossroads by Devney Perry. I did not love this book. I think I gave it 3 stars. The Atlas 6. I just read this one and did not care for it. And We Who Will Die. This is my book of the month pick for December and did not like it. So I think that's actually only 34 books I'm unhauling. I think I said 35 earlier. So yeah, now I need to go and cross all of those off in my physical TBR in my reading journal. And then I think after that, we are going to fill out some spreads of this reading journal together. Okay, I'm back on the floor by my bookshelves because I still need to finish up my reading journal. What you saw me do was I updated some more of my physical TBR, and then I did like my reading log so far for the month. I'm trying to do like the reading log and like coloring in once a week, like on Mondays, but I was definitely like 2 weeks behind, so that's my bad. But once a month I want to do like the printouts. So like, oh, some of these papers are not mine. Oh, this is mine. Okay, it's not book related though. So like my monthly TBRs versus what I actually read. So I'm gonna do that for January. And then in the front of my reading journal, I have my 2026 anticipated releases and then my favorite books of 2025. So I'm gonna do those and then my January spreads today. So I have all of the sheets printed out and ready to go. I have like 4 sheets of paper here. I'm on the floor because honestly, like I have more room on the floor right here than I currently do on my desk. I don't know, my desk is very like cluttered, but it's like, it's things that I use. It's just kind of cluttered. It's like if you play The Sims and you have a countertop and you want to like clutter the countertop to look cute. That's what my desk is like. And also I have like my water bottle and just like other random books up there. I moved my like monthly TBR onto my desk so that I can like see it in front of me all the time, so I like know my progress without having to like, it's really lazy. It's just more convenient to have it on my desk. Yeah, let's I guess get started with just like cutting out everything. Maybe I'll cut it out page by page so I don't get them all mixed up, because I do have them like labeled. Like these are my 2026 releases that I'm really excited for, so I'm gonna put those in this. Okay, I know I'm kind of cut off. I don't know. I'm gonna try to use this to cut these out, and then I will just use like scissors to make it a little bit more neater. No, just neater if I have to. I don't know. I don't want to mess this up because I don't want to like cut them off, you know, but also I want to make this easy for myself. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, this took me a lot longer to fill out my reading journal than I thought it was going to. Honestly, just like cutting out all the tiny little pictures and then gluing them in. I've probably been sitting here on the floor doing my reading journal for like an hour at least. I don't know. I watched a few booktube videos. I watched a few Rachel Catherine videos, and now I'm watching a Sarah Caroli video. So I think I've been here for at least an hour. And honestly, my knees are starting to hurt from like crouching on the floor for so long. but I thought I would just show you what I did. I mean, you basically saw what I did, but I thought I would just like explain it a little bit. So obviously I did my 2026 anticipated releases. I do think I'm gonna go in and put the release dates. I tried to keep them like with genres. So let's say, and now back to you, this releases, well, actually that's not a good example. Okay, hold on. Let's say no matter what, this one releases, I think March, but let's say like the Thorn Queen releases February. So it's like out of order, but I tried to keep it within genres. So this is like romancy, and then I have some fiction and like mysteries, and then fantasy. So yeah, that's my whole thought process. And then I'll probably go in and add the dates. I just have to look up each release date. And then my favorite books of 2025. This one I really had to like cram on there. Honestly, didn't even realize how many favorites I had of 2025 because I only did my 5-star reads of 2025. So I didn't remember having this many because I feel like the last half of the year I really did not have that many 5-star reads. I was kind of in like a slump for literally like the last half of the year. So a lot of these are from the first half, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 of the 16 are from the first 6 months of the year. I only had 2 in the last 6 months of 2025. So that's why I was like, no way I actually had 16 5-star reads, but no, I did. I love how this looks. It's just like so full and beautiful. I love it. I'm kind of sad like you can't really see the green paper anymore because I loved the green and pink color combo that I did for these spreads, but you know what? That's life. That's okay. And let's just flip through, I guess. I did not update the rereads or the 5-star reads just because like we're literally in February. I do not have that many books to print out for this yet, so I'm just waiting until I have a few more to print out because my printer has issues. It likes to make you reset the whole Wi-Fi before you can print something, so we try to run the printer as little as possible. So that's why I think I'm only gonna print out stuff once a month so I don't have to deal with our finicky printer. Same goes for book club. Obviously my sister-in-law hasn't even read our book for book club yet. I read it, so I guess I could fill it out. But yeah, when I do print out the books, I'm gonna print out a picture of the book and then I'm gonna do my rating and then Nicole's rating. Nicole is my sister-in-law. Just to kind of compare a little bit. Books bought and books received, I updated earlier before I did the printout stuff. So I'm doing pretty good on books bought. I mean, 3 of them are book of the month books, so that's a book subscription. So it's like, it counts, but I feel like it doesn't count as much as like going to the bookstore and buying books, you know? And then I've had quite a few received, especially for my birthday. I think I got 5 new books. So definitely have more received than bought, which is good obviously, because I'm trying to keep my book buying minimal. Adaptations and classics, again, have not printed out. I have read Wuthering Heights and Fahrenheit 451 for classics. And then adaptations. I read and then watched People We Meet on Vacation. I think that's the only adaptation so far. My husband and I are going to go see Wuthering Heights in the movie theater when it comes out. I can watch the Fahrenheit 451. Is it a movie or show? I can watch that now because I've read the book. I'm gonna read 11/22/63 by Stephen King soon, so then we're gonna watch that. So I'll definitely be adding a lot more adaptations on here. I did DNF 2 books already this month, but again, like I don't wanna have to print out. And then same with Kindle reads. I've definitely had a few. Honestly, the Kindle reads page stresses me out a little bit because there's not a ton of room. So I'm gonna really have to be cramming the Kindle reads on there. Maybe I'll just make the Kindle reads pictures extra small because it's gonna be rough otherwise. Obviously cannot fill out my bracket yet because February is not over. I don't know what my favorite book of February is gonna be. And then series tracker, you guys saw me add Magnolia Parks. I'm in the middle of the first book and I will be continuing the series because I'm really enjoying Magnolia Parks. I'm just eating it up and yeah, I just know I'm definitely gonna want to continue reading that. Reading log is basically updated. I just don't remember these authors' names, so I'm gonna have to go onto Goodreads and look up the authors and then write them in, but that's no big deal. I've already read 8 books in February, which as I'm filming this, it is February 11th, so we're not even halfway through the month, and I literally don't know how that happened. That's crazy. I might actually get through my February TBR, which I did not think was gonna happen because I have 2 really, really long books on my February TBR, but we might just do it. And obviously you saw me fill out my January spread for my January TBR versus what I actually read, and I did a pretty good job. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 books in January that I didn't read, but then I read 3 other books that weren't on my January TBR. And then For the Great Alone by Kristen Hanna, like I literally read that right away in February. So this is what the February spread will look like. That is all I'm gonna do today. I'm probably gonna spend the rest of the day reading, or not even the rest of the day. I have like an hour to read before people are coming over. So I'm gonna try to get in some reading time, and then I guess I will just see you tomorrow when we are at the bookstore. All right, guys, it is the next day. Honestly, like went book shopping yesterday and got home and did not want to do a single thing. I had therapy before book shopping, so when I got home, I just kind of wanted to like debrief my brain almost, like give my brain a break, because not that therapy was like hard, but it's definitely a little mentally taxing, especially because I'm going to therapy for my mental health. So it's like just having to talk about my mental health and how my mental health is, like, I don't know, like how I react to things. I don't know. It was definitely like a little bit draining. So I didn't do a haul when I got home yesterday, but I'm gonna do a haul of some book mail that I got, and also the 2 books I ended up getting from the bookstore yesterday. And then we'll also have to update the reading journal for the new books that I have. But book number 1 I ended up getting was The Mad Wife by Megan Church. This has been on my radar for quite a few months, since like September or October, I want to say. This is a fiction novel following a housewife in the 1950s, I'm pretty sure. Haunting exploration of identity, motherhood, and the suffocating grip of societal expectations that will leave you questioning the lives we built and the lies we live. I just think this sounds so interesting. I read Lessons in Chemistry last year and I loved it, and this seems kind of similar. Obviously, I'm sure it'll have like its own storyline and plot, but I don't know. I just love the whole like 1950s, 1960s housewife stories for some reason. I don't know, like maybe I was meant to be born there. My husband actually told me the other day, I was wearing a headband, okay? And then some of my hair was like swooping out of the headband, and he was like, "You look like a 1960s housewife." And I was like, "Thank you, sir." Like, not what I'm going for, but I took it as a compliment, you know? I thought it was cute. Also, whenever we saw this at the bookstore, like I've seen it at Barnes & Noble multiple times and have not picked it up, but every time we see it, I'm like, "Ooh, I want this." And my husband's like, "Yeah, that's fitting for you, the title." What do you mean by that, Christopher? What do you mean by that? But no, I'm really, really excited to read this book. Honestly, like just want to abandon my whole entire TBR and start this. I've been so into like literary fiction books and historical fiction books lately, so I want to read this so bad. But alas, I will wait. And then the second book I picked up that has not been on my radar is Junie by Aaron Crosby Eckstein. This came out, I want to say last year, but it just came out in the paperback recently. I first of all think that this cover is absolutely stunning. It takes place in Alabama in 1860. Once again, we have another historical fiction. Like, clearly you can tell what my tastes have been lately. It says 16-year-old Junie has spent her life enslaved on Bellarine Plantation, cooking, cleaning, and tending to the white master's daughter, Violet. Her daydreams are filled with poetry and faraway worlds while she spends her nights roaming through the forest, consumed with grief over the death of her older sister, Minnie. When wealthy guests arrive, hinting at marriage for Violet and upending Junie's life, Junie commits a desperate act, one that ruses Minnie's spirit from the grave, tethered to this world unless Junie can free her. She enlists the aid of Caleb, the guest's coachman, and their friendship soon becomes something more. Yet as long-held truths begin to crumble, she realizes that Ballerine is harboring dark secrets that can no longer be ignored. As time ticks down and Junie grapples with an increasingly unfamiliar world in which she has little control, she is forced to ask herself, when we choose love and liberation, what must we leave behind? I think this sounds so interesting, so thought-provoking. Once again, like, this has not been on my radar, but I was really drawn into the cover, and then I picked up and read the synopsis and I fell in love. So these are the 2 books I decided to get from my local indie bookstore. And now I will unbox this from you. This is from Bloom Books. I did already open it, but I thought I would show it you guys as well. This is for the new Catherine Cowles book, and I'm just obsessed with this packaging. Like, the pink, it's perfect. I read All the Missing Pieces by Catherine Cowles last year, and I really liked it. It is like a suspenseful romance, and that's what this book is as well. They sent me blue light glasses with it, which I think is like hilarious. I wear blue light glasses like every day I'm on my laptop like editing and whatnot, and I don't know why they sent blue light glasses. I'm like, what is happening in the book? Like, the blue light glasses must tie into the book, right? And then they sent this really cute sticker sheet with it as well. I think that some of these are so funny. I'm gonna probably put these in the back of my reading journal because I got that idea from Rachel Catherine. She was like, whenever I get bookmarks or like little things from book mail sent to me, I'm just gonna put them in the back of my reading journal. So I took that idea from her, and that's what I've been doing this year. So these will probably be added back there, but I might put like the signature one in the book. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, because the book is Across the Vanishing Sky, and it is an arc, and also like obsessed with this cover. This is not the final cover, it's just the arc cover, and I think it's so pretty. It looks so cool. Like, there's so much attention to detail on it. Like, you got a map and you have like evidence, and like, I don't even know, it's giving Criminal Minds. I have not watched Criminal Minds in literal years, but this book might reignite Criminal Minds in my heart. He spent a lifetime trying to escape his dark past, but to save her, he'll wade back into the shadows. Yeah, this is another one of Catherine Cowles' like suspenseful romances. They're just like so bingeable because you have this mystery in the book, but you also have like a romance subplot in the book, and I think she just meshes the 2 genres so well. Also, look at the bottom of this box. Yeah, this comes out in March, so we just have to wait a little while. This is another one that I'm like, yeah, I want to pick up immediately. So thank you, Bloom Books, for sending me the arc of this. And like I said, I do need to update my reading journal now for the books bought and books received. So I need to add Across the Vanishing Sky. And then I need to add The Mad Wife and Junie to books that I bought, even though I had store credit, but it's like, I still bought them. Like, they weren't sent to me, you know, and that's kind of how I'm differentiating, or like gifted to me or something like that. So there, have those added. And I do need to update my reading journal a little bit more because I finished Magnolia Parks. I'm just gonna go in and like update that, which I'll probably just do off camera, because I am going to end this bookish vlog right here. I have nothing else crazy planned for my weekend. Literally, I'm gonna try to get like tax info all together and ready, and then I'm also going to probably just like work on my cross stitch, read my current read, and then I have a sweater where I need to fix the button. The button fell off, so I need to like re-sew the button on. I've been putting that off, so I need to do that. So I have like nothing really bookish related that I'm gonna do this weekend. So that's where I'm gonna leave this video. But I think it was fun. I really love taking the deep dive into updating my reading journal and doing like all the printouts in it. Like, I am loving how it's turning out with all the printouts and just like write-ins too, but the printouts are really making it for me. And obviously like my big book unhaul and book shopping and my reading vlog, or reading vlog? Girl, what? Book haul. Why did I say reading vlog? Great question, great question. But yeah, that is all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment any videos you'd like to see from me in the future, and I'll see you back in a few days with another video. Bye!